Shalom, my beautiful brothers and sisters in Yahweh, our Elohim, and welcome. Tonight we are going to study Enoch, chapters 21 through 30. But before we do that tonight, I want to go ahead and I want to put this out there for everybody. I found a nugget last night, oh man, this is really a nugget. And I really suggest that everybody go and check it out. Go and watch it completely, okay? It's a video. Y'all know who Jamie Walden is. You ever heard of him? Jamie Walden is a pastor in Colorado Springs. And he's a good pastor. And he speaks truth. And he put up a video last night, okay? That is absolutely fantastic. It is such a nugget. And everybody who's of knowledge and understanding, seeking the truth, needs to watch this video. I highly suggest it. Okay? The YouTube channel that it's on is called The Last Watch. Okay? It's the name of the YouTube channel. And the video is called Standing at the Altar of an Alien God. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a link down in the description of this video, so that way if you want to go check this out, it's a choice. Everything in life is a choice. So if you want to go check this out, the link is going to be in the description box. If I can figure out how to put it in there, because I am not the most technically... I'm horrible. I can barely make videos because I don't know what I'm doing. As you can tell, I'm sure my production quality is terrible. I do this one take. So if I screw something up, I have to correct it on the next video because this is one take and I publish it. Anyway, aside from all that, this is an incredibly informative message that Jamie Walden is giving. It came out last night, and it's really, really important that we all take heed of it. Okay? If you want, go watch that video first before you come back and study with me. It's that important, because it really piggybacks onto what we're studying as far as these fallen angels and all the horrible things that they did to humans and on the earth and are continuing to do. Stressing on continuing to do, because this is ongoing. And Jamie Walden does a really good job of explaining all of that. Okay? So go and watch that video. Then come back. And we'll study together, okay? Because it connects together. It really does piggyback on what we're studying. For those that are going to just want to study with me, okay. And then we'll get started tonight, alright? I just wanted to announce that to everyone so that you have the opportunity to choose for yourself whether you want to expand your knowledge of the things of heaven and the lust of the fallen angels and where they're going with this, because it's going on right now. Go watch that video. That's all I'm going to say about it. Now it's up to you. Okay? Alright. Like I said, tonight we are going to start on chapter 21 of Enoch. And we're going to go to chapter 30. So, if you're taking notes on this, go ahead and grab your little notebook and your pen and get ready to take notes. There's a lot here, gang. There's really a lot here. And hearing it one time or reading it one time, you're not going to catch everything that's going on here because there's a lot. So, without further ado, let's get started then. Okay? Alright. Chapter 21, Enoch. Then I proceeded to where things were chaotic and void, and I saw there's something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above, nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of heaven bound together in it, like great mountains, and burning with fire. Then I said, for what sin are they bound, and on why have they been cast in here? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, and was chief over them, Enoch, why do you ask? And why art you eager for the truth? These are some of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here until 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated. And I went out from there to another place, which was still more horrible than the former. And I saw a terrible thing, a great fire there which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, full of great falling columns of fire. Neither its width or breadth could I see, nor could I see its source. Then I said, I am afraid of this place, and cannot stand to look at it. Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said to me, Enoch, why are you so afraid? And I answered, because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said to me, this place is a prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. Chapter 22. And I went out to another place west, where there was a mountain and hard rock. And there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and looked deep and dark. Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said to me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should be gathered here, that all the souls of the children of men should brought together here, and these places have been made to receive them until the day of their judgment, and until the period appointed, until the great judgment comes on them. I saw the spirit of a dead man, and his voice went out to heaven and made petitions. And I asked Raphael, the angel who was with me, and I said to him, this spirit which petitions, whose is it? Whose voice goes up and petitions heaven? And he answered me, saying, this is the spirit which went out from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew, and he makes his suit against him until his offspring is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his offspring are annihilated from among the children of men. And here's our reference. Genesis chapter 4, verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Verse 8. Then I asked regarding all the hollow places, Why is one separated from the other? And he answered me and said, These three have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated. Thus have been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is the bright spring of water, and one for sinners when they die, and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain until the day of judgment and punishment and torment of those who curse forever, and retribution for their spirits. They are looking over what is called Sheol. Okay, you've heard me mention Sheol in our Bible studies before. Sheol is a place where the souls are kept until the day of judgment, because heaven is empty, hell is empty until the day of judgment. All right? So everybody is understanding what we're hearing and what we're seeing here, what's going on. It's called Sheol. All right? Verse 12, There he shall bind them forever, and such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their petitions, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous but sinners, who were complete in transgression, and of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be destroyed in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from here. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and said, Blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who rules forever. Chapter 23. From here I went to another place, to the west of the ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire which ran without resting, and never stopped from its course day or night, but flowed always in the same way. And I asked, saying, What is this which never stops? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me and said to me, This course of fire which you have seen is the fire in the west, and is the fire of all the lights of heaven. Can't get the page. Chapter 24. And from here I went to another place on the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire, which burned day and night. And I went beyond it, and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing from each other, and their stones were magnificent and beautiful, and their form was glorious, 3 toward the east, one founded on the other, and 3 toward the south, one on the other, and deep rough ravines, no one of which joined with any other. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it was higher than them, resembling the seat of the throne. And fragrant trees encircled the throne, and among them was a tree such as I had never smelled, nor was any among them, or were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrances, and its leaves and blossoms and wood were not even withered. And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit resembles the dates of a palm. Then I said, How beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blossoms very delightful in appearance. Then Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me, and was their leader, spoke. Chapter 25. And he said to me, Enoch, why do you ask me about the fragrance of the tree? And why do you wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, This high mountain, which you have seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King will sit when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And it is for this fragrant tree verse 4. As for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it until the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its completion forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. And here's our reference. Revelation 22, verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb, in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. And there shall be no more curses, but the throne of God and the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. Verse 6. Then they shall rejoice and be glad, and enter into the holy place, and its fragrance shall enter into their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, as your fathers lived. And in their days there will be no sorrow, or pain, or torment, or toil. Then I bless the God of glory, the eternal King, who has prepared such things for the righteous, and has created them, and promised to give them. Chapter 26. And I went from there to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were trees with branches alive and blooming on a tree that had been cut down. And there I saw a holy mountain. And underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed toward the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow valley. In it ran a stream underneath the mountain, and to the west of it there was another mountain, lower than the former, and of small elevation, and a dry, deep valley between them. And another deep and dry valley was at the edge of the 3 mountains. And all the valleys were deep and narrow, being formed of hard rock, and there were no trees planted on them. And I was very amazed at the rocks in the valley. Chapter 27. Then I said, what is the purpose of this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees? And what is the purpose of this accursed valley between them? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, this accursed valley is for those who are cursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips words against the Lord not befitting his glory, or say hard things against him. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be a spectacle of righteous judgment on them in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. In the days of judgment they shall bless him for the mercy in that he has shown them. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and set out his glory, and praised him gloriously. Chapter 28. Then I went toward the east, in the midst of the mountain range in the desert, and I saw a wilderness. And it was solitary, full of trees and plants, and water gushed out from above. Rushing like a torrent which flowed toward the northwest, it caused clouds and dew to fall on every side. Chapter 29. Then I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range, and there I saw aromatic trees extruding the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, and the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 30. Beyond these I went far to the east, and saw another place, a valley full of water, like one that would not run dry. And there was a tree. The color of fragrant trees was that of mastic. And on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon, and beyond these I proceeded to the east. Okay? That brings us to chapter 31, which we'll do on the next study, the next 10 chapters. Like I was saying on our last study, this is really deep stuff. If you're trying to understand the ways of the wind and the ways of heaven, you gotta take it in. You have to think about what Enoch is seeing and what the angels are explaining to him, what is all going on here, and then put it into correlation with the Bible. Because when you read the Hebrew Bible, it talks about Sheol. Sheol is the place of the dead. And as we're seeing, this is where all of the souls of the dead are kept until the day of judgment. Okay? Think about what it says. Think about what the Word says. It says in the end days that those that are dead in Christ will be risen first, and then the rest of us will go up for judgment. Well, this is where they're collecting everybody who's dead from. And there's several different areas. You've got one area that's really rocky and jagged and horrible and dry and desolate. And that's the place for the people that have talked down the Most High, that have sinned and not repented, that have done abominations on the earth. This is where their souls exist until the day of judgment. And then you have the lush valley, the valley full of beautiful trees, and it smells like cinnamon, and everything is awesome and in bloom, and there's lots of water, and it's absolutely wonderful. That is the place where the people who followed Yehoshua, who followed Yahweh's law to the best of their broken ability, who praised Yahweh, who believed, who had faith. It's big. Who had faith. No matter what their toil on earth, no matter what kind of tribulation they went through, this is where they exist, waiting for judgment. Okay? And as we get further into this, you'll understand more and more about these places, because it goes more into depth. There's our box of 64 crayons. It just keeps coloring in that picture more and more for us. Like I said, once upon a time, before it was taken out of Scripture, this was considered Scripture. And now we are understanding and seeing for ourselves, even though it's so hard for us to comprehend all of this, and not to mention all of the things that we have all experienced in man's church with their propaganda and whatever they've decided to tell us, because they're building some kind of a narrative and they want everybody's money, and yeah, man's religion. But this is what Enoch is witnessing firsthand. Whether you choose to accept it or whether that you choose not to accept this is your choice. Everything in life is a choice. But I think that it gives us a really, really good idea of the things of heaven. So, well, I would like to thank you, gang, for joining me this evening. I hope that you're getting something out of this. I hope that you're learning this, and I hope that you're not just rejecting it because it's not in the Bible. It's your choice, whatever you choose to do. But I thank you for joining me, and I thank you for being open to reading this along with me to maybe gain some wisdom and knowledge. Thank you. Y'all have a good night, and we will see you on the midweek Bible study. Yahweh bless each and every one of you. Shalom.